Hello students, we will study the last feature of the democracy, rule of law and respect for rights. In Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF was the political party which led the freedom struggle and attained independence from white minority rule in 1980, and since then the leader of the party, President Robert Mugabe, was ruling the country. Though elections were held regularly, but they were always won by the ZANU-PF. Two reasons are behind this win of the elections. Number one was President Mugabe was the popular leader, but the second most important reason was that he used unfair practices in the elections to win them. Now, what were the unfair practices that he used or that he carried out in his country? Number one, his government changed the constitution several times, which increased the powers of the president and made him less accountable. Number two, the opposition party workers were harassed, and whenever they were trying to hold any meeting, they were disrupted. Public protests and demonstrations against the government were declared illegal. Number four, there was a law that limited the right to criticize the president. Why and how? We will see that television and radio were controlled by the government, and so these only telecasted the ruling party's version. Even there were independent newspapers, but government harassed those journalists who went against it. It means newspapers were independent in a way, but not independent as now and then journalists were harassed by the government if they went against it. The last is that government ignored some court judgments if they were given against the government, and at that time they used to pressurize the judges. And these were the reasons the country is not known as the democratic country. So the Robert Mugabe was forced out of the office in 2017. Now, these examples of Zimbabwe show that popular approval of the rulers is necessary in a democracy, but that is not sufficient. Sometimes popular governments can be undemocratic, or the popular leaders can be autocratic. If we wish to assess a democracy, we have to look at the elections equally before and after the elections. Now, what should be done before the elections? Number one, there should be sufficient room for political activities such as political opposition, The basic rights of the citizen should be respected. They should be free to think, they should have their opinion, they should be able to, yeah, free to express their opinions in the public, to form the association, to protest and take other political actions. Everyone should be equal in the eyes of the law, and these rights must be protected by the independent judiciary. Whose orders should be obeyed by everyone. Now there are some conditions that should be applied to the way a government is run after the elections. We know that government makes decisions, government makes laws, takes decisions, so that they should have certain type of control. It means they cannot do whatever they likes because simply they have won the election. The government should respect some basic rules, and they should respect some guarantees to the minorities. Every decision they take must go through a series of consultations, and every office bearers should be assigned some responsibilities by the constitution and the law, and they should be accountable not only to the people but also to the other independent officials. So the last and the final feature of democracy, a democratic government rules within limits set by constitution, law and citizens' right. It means that whatever the decisions government take, whatever the laws government frame should be constitutional and should provide citizens their right.